Hello everyone, what's happening? It's Richard here from Channel 23, ha ha ha. And welcome to my free comic book day / Amazing Spider-Man 2 Ultimate Review Special thingy majigger. I've done this joke way too many times. No wonder I don't get enough subscribers. They're like, we've seen this already, let's see something new. And apparently everyone that subscribed to me sounds like Richard Nixon, so I am not a crook. But anyways, yes, hello everybody, and welcome to this very special video, episode of comics, whatever you want to call it. But before I get to that, I do have one thing I want to remind you guys of. In case you missed the last video, I am giving away this Blu-ray copy of the original Spider-Man trilogy to one lucky subscriber. Again, the rules are for you to enter into this. First of all, you have to be a subscriber to my channel. If you're not subscribed, you ain't gonna be able to win it. I'm sorry. Second of all, it's only for people in the States, unfortunately, simply because of the region differentiation and all that whatnot. And thirdly, you guys have to comment in the comment section below of this video or my last video why you are the biggest Spider-Man fan. So either in this video or last video, tell me why you are a big Spider-Man fan, and then on May 10th, I will announce who I pick as the winner. Alright, so let's get to it. Free Comic Book Day, for me, was excellent. But it didn't start off really good. Let me explain why it didn't start off very good. So, my initial plan for today was I wanted to wake up pretty early in the morning so I can go get comics. And in the midst of all this, I wanted to go on Director's Cut Radio and review The Amazing Spider-Man 2 because I had seen it the previous night. But my ass was still in bed until 2 in the afternoon, so I pretty much missed the entire morning. Literally by that point, I'm pretty sure the comic shops were pretty much wearing thin on free comic books. And then to top it all off, I didn't get a chance to review Amazing Spider-Man on Director's Cut Radio, so I'm going to have to just stick to just it being on directorscutradio.com, which, by the way, if you are watching it via directorscutradio.com at this point, hi! So while the day didn't start off quite well, the rest of the day was brilliant. I just had so much fun. I went there and, you know, it wasn't as packed as last year because, again, it was 2 in the afternoon, so by then the shop had probably already gotten the big flood of customers that it did. But there was still a decent amount of people, decent sized amount of people, and I went in there, I looked at a few comics, and then I went up to the front of the counter and said hello to the guys working there, and they're like, hey, you look like a mountain man. And it's true, I look like a mountain man, so. And then the owner of the shop, Bill, came up to me and said, what are you doing for the rest of the day? And I'm like, nothing? Why? They said, well, Gary, and by the way, if you guys don't know who Gary is, you should totally check out the Bill's Books YouTube channel because he's on it all the time and he's hysterical. He said, Gary's leaving at 3 o'clock and we don't have anybody that can fill his, you know, position, so you're more than welcome to, we were wondering if you could do that. And I was like, okay. So I spent the rest of the day waiting for people to come up and see if they want free comics and whatever they wanted. I went and grabbed it off the shelf, gave it to them, and it was actually really cool because, you know, I got to see new people and I got to mingle with some of the local guys that they had there selling some of their creator-owned stuff, so that was really cool. And then to top the entire day off, I went to my friend Dennis's house. Hi, Dennis. We went down to his really like awesome like Superman man cave room that he has in his basement, and he was showing me all of these like vintage comics. We were basically talking about comic book history, and it was really just like seeing some of that stuff was fantastic. So that was my free comic book day, and it's pretty much ending like this, me sitting in front of a camera talking about it, so must have been good. On to our next topic in this video, my review of The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So as I've expressed wholeheartedly 100% in my last video where I reviewed the original Spider-Man trilogy, I am not a big Spider-Man fan. I'm just not. He's never really been my favorite character, but strangely enough, I do enjoy the Spider-Man movies. I do enjoy those. And I was such a massive, massive fan of The Amazing Spider-Man, mainly because of Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield, to me, is Spider-Man. He does such an incredible job. He is one of those performances as that character. His performance is up there with like your Christopher Reeves or your Hugh Jackman's or your Robert Downey Jr.'s as far as like the pitch perfect representation of a comic book character on screen. Which is strange to hear coming from someone that just said they're not a big Spider-Man fan, but with Andrew Garfield's performance, I actually really like it. It's like, I like that Spider-Man. That being said, I do feel the last film had its flaws. It's not a perfect movie, but I do feel like the way that I was able to enjoy it and the way I was able to get through some of the big issues with it, like the third act, for example, was simply because of the amazing action and the incredible heart of the film, as well as the performances that we got. Based on that, I was incredibly geared up to see The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I honestly didn't even care that much that there was so many villains in the piece. I was just so excited to see it because I wanted to see Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man again in a whole different way. And the film was finally out. I finally got to saw it, and I gotta tell you guys, I didn't like it as much as The Amazing Spider-Man. In fact, it's probably my second to last favorite Spider-Man movie. Like, if I had to rank the Spider-Man films, I would say Spider-Man 2, The Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3. But in saying that, I did have a lot of fun watching The Amazing Spider-Man 2. So plot-wise, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is essentially Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy. They're in this kind of like on-again, off-again kind of thing. And so that was kind of a somewhat of power struggle. And then at the same time, an old friend of Peter Parker's had come into town named Harry Osborn. And Harry had come back into town because he had found out his father had died of this really crazy, like, disease or something. A disease, by the way, that is genetic, that happened right around Harry's age to Norman, and so Harry started to kind of freak out a little bit. And then Harry basically spends most of the movie trying to figure out what exactly he needs to cure himself before the disease takes over and kills him, just like it killed his father. Another plot is involving Electro, who was this guy that was working at Oscorp that, you know, just didn't really like, you know, get a lot of attention, and he was a little insane. Then eventually he had a pretty crazy accident and turned into Electro and just tried to kill people. You know, honestly, in retrospect, I don't like Electro as much as I initially did. I mean, there were elements that I enjoyed about him, but the overall, like, story arc and thing, like, he was kind of dumb. Oh, I thought about it too much, and now he's dumb. And then another storyline was there's this dude who was, you know, the mysterious figure from the end credits scene of the first Spider-Man movie coming in and talking to Harry Osborn. They're trying to set up a team of supervillains, aka the Sinister Six. And that plotline involved Rhino, who did not at all need to be in the movie. Basically, I think what I'm trying to say is that there was just too much going on. Not all of it really needed to be there. That's probably my biggest problem with The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and why I didn't really like it as much as The Amazing Spider-Man is because it was way too unfocused and way too much of a mess of a movie. I mean, you got this whole plot thread, this whole thing, that whole thing, and it just, none of it was really needed, and it was just so poorly put together. That being said, I did have a lot of fun with this movie, and that's mainly because of the incredible action sequences. I mean, the action in this movie is probably some of the best I've seen in a Spider-Man movie. It is so much fun. And of course, the amazing, amazing performances by Andrew Garfield, Emma Stone, and a great performance by Dan DeHaan, who plays Harry Osborn. Like, he was fantastic. So really, just like the last film, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is a flawed but entertaining movie with great performances and a lot of heart. However, the flaws are much more apparent and much more, I guess you could say, because there's a lot more flaws this time around than there was the last time. So overall, out of 5, I give The Amazing Spider-Man 2 a pretty much a 3. So, in the comment section below, what did you think of The Amazing Spider-Man 2? Did you like it? Did you hate it? What are your thoughts on it? Let me know. But anyways, that's about it for me. Don't forget to like this video. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, directorscutradio.com, Twitter, Vine, whatever I have. Follow me on it. Most of it has a link in the description area down below. Subscribe to this YouTube channel if you like what you see, and favorite the video because I like it when you do that. And I will see you guys next time with a brand new video. Don't forget to comment why you like Spider-Man, why you're the big fan, to win the Blu-ray box set, and hope you guys had an awesome free comic book day. Bye. No.